Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are F-Type Jaguar specialists. Jaguar applied 2 facelifts to the F-Type production line. The first in around 2017 incorporated some changes to the nose and 1 or 2 other things, and the second in around 2020 incorporated a substantial revision to the front end of the car, with thinner headlamps which no longer occupy part of the bonnet space the way that their predecessors did. There are other refinements too, including beautiful blades in the air intakes, the chin intakes either side of the grille, and several other things too, which brought the car bang up to date for the 2020s, keeps it true to that design intent of the F-Type, retains that Jaguar heritage design aesthetic, and I think looks absolutely stunningly good. It took a while perhaps to get to love this new design, but I really do enjoy it now. And I'm very excited indeed to have this car here at Trinley. It's in Italian racing red, or Firenze red, one of the most sought after colours. It's a beautiful, deep and luscious red shade. It has black pack, it has panoramic roof, it has a range of options and refinements which should satisfy the most discerning enthusiast. It's sitting on fabulous style 5102 alloy wheels, and it is in incredibly good condition with very low mileage. I am very excited to show you around. So aside from the headlamps, of course the predominant feature of the second facelift F-Type front end is that large grille there, along with the beautiful chin vents and that gorgeous design detail, the bar which runs from top right and articulates round to bottom left in that grille area. It is a beautiful piece of design and echoes the kind of aerodynamic and sleek nature of this vehicle. Italian racing red again, well, it is such a beautiful colour. It's a colour which catches the light. It shows off the power bulge on the bonnet really beautifully. And then this car is sitting almost, as it were, on a plinth of gloss black, the design pack in gloss black. So the front and rear splitters and the side skirts, and then these beautiful substantial wheels, style 5102, 20-inch alloy wheels, wearing Pirelli P0 tyres as specified by Jaguar. And that, along with the black pack, so the black power vents on the side here and window surrounds, makes for a stunning thing to look at. Coming around to the rear of the car, we start seeing some other details, and the eye-catching thing, of course, on the 5 litres, these quad tailpipes, polished chrome, and speaking of this car's power and performance. This example in fabulously good condition. It has been an enthusiast's car. We know the gentleman who owned it very well. He has purchased one of our cars and we took this in part exchange, and we're delighted to have such a fabulous F-Type here with us. It's truly been cherished and cared for, diligently maintained. It's in fabulous order and has passed all of our tests and inspections flawlessly. Having spoken then about the outside, let's take a look in the cabin. We'll supply the car, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack, but no need to press buttons on the fob, because provided it's in your pocket or your bag or wherever, the keyless entry will allow us into the car. So just tap the button there on the door handle, the car unlocks, the power fold mirror moves out into position, and we can open the door and look into this sumptuous cockpit. Finished, as you can see, in ebony leather with that light cirrus stitching running around the place, and this beautiful performance seat with the Jaguar Leaper logo embossed in the headrest, and the beautiful lozenge leather insert there around the shoulders. Perforated leather, because these seats are heated and cooled, and you can see they're in stunning condition. It's not uncommon to see wear on the seat bolsters, even on low mileage cars which haven't been properly cared for, but here everything in fabulous order. We'll pan round and have a look at the door card, again with that lovely lozenge leather insert there and the contrast stitching on the armrest. You can see the badge there which tells us this car has Meridian surround sound, the top level infotainment package, and the 12-way electric memory seats. Again, an expensive extra cost option, as indeed are the illuminated tread plates there which light up with the Jaguar logo as you're getting into the car. Sitting down into the cockpit, and this is the full digital cockpit, the last iteration of the F-Type interior, with the big display there in front of the driver, the big display in the centre for the infotainment and so on. And we'll do a more detailed inspection now, starting up here in the roof with this beautiful panoramic roof. It's a huge acreage of glass, lets the light flood in. If it gets a little too hot on a sunny day, just slide the screen across there and that will keep the light out and prevent the temperature from rising too far. Coming down between the seats, and there is the armrest. There's a cubby hole under there with a 12-volt socket, a slot for the micro SIM card if you choose to have one, and the 2 USB connections for charging your electronic devices and so on. Forward of that, twin cup holder with a little recess for one of those small drinks cans. And to explore further, we'll fire up the supercharged V8. So my finger is on the start button, my foot is on the brake pedal, and you'll see the digital dash come to life. You'll see the centre air vent rise up into position as well as we press start. A lovely, satisfying, rumbling, burbling engine note from this 5-litre engine. The exhaust note is one of the most satisfying things about F-Type driving and F-Type ownership, I have to say. Okay, coming back to the centre console here, and you'll see we've got the Eco Stop Start Defeat button. There's a button there to raise and lower the spoiler. It comes up at 70, goes down at about 54 when you're driving, but you can also put it up manually like so, and there it is behind us in the rear window. If I press and hold the button, it stows itself again. Important to open it when you're washing the car, of course, to make sure the area underneath is kept clean. Moving forwards, we've got the traction control off button and then the switchable active exhaust button. So this opens the valves in the exhaust, which give you that throatier engine note, that more engaging tone from the exhaust, either when the button is pressed like so, or automatically when you're in dynamic driving mode, and more of that in a moment. There's the switch for the electronic parking brake with hill start assist, of course, and then we come to the button and rotary knob for the infotainment system, and this beautiful shift stick. It falls perfectly to the hand. There's a trigger on the front there which activates it. To put the car into drive, pull the trigger and move it back, and there we are in drive mode, and you can just move it sideways like so into sports gearbox mode. In sports mode, shift up and down using the shift stick like so if you wish. You can always use the flappy paddles on the steering wheel, of course. By using them, you're keeping in total control of the car with your hands on the wheel. And these, by the way, another option, the aluminium shift paddles on the steering wheel there, which look and feel just beautiful. Okay, back down to the shift stick, and to put the car in park, press the P button there like so, and it puts the gearbox into park and takes care of the position of the stick itself. Here we have the driving mode selector, spring-loaded into the centre position. If we push it forward, we go into rain, ice and snow mode, which calms the car down. Particularly the throttle map is very much softened to make driving in slippery conditions easier. We come back into normal or vanilla mode, and then we move the switch rearwards into dynamic mode. You can see there on the dash, dynamic mode confirmed, and the backlighting turns red on the driver's display there to confirm that you are now in full-on tutti frutti driving mode. The car comes to life with the suspension, throttle map, gears and steering all adjusted for a sportier feel. Okay, back over here to the center console again, and we have the climate control selectors here with temperature for left hand and right hand seat occupant, so dual zone climate, another extra cost option. We've got auto climate, air conditioning, timed recirculation. Put that on when you're starting the car and it's cold, or when it's hot, and that recirculates the air and the car either heats up or cools down more rapidly. Across here we've got the front and rear demist, and then the electrically heated front windscreen. So this is one of those windscreens with the tiny wires running through it, which enable it to heat up and demist very rapidly in cold conditions. Press either of these buttons or these rotary selectors and that takes you to the seat temperature controls. So we turn it right for heating or left for cooling, like so. 3 stages of heating, 3 stages of cooling, very effective in extremes of temperature. Then we come up to this beautiful infotainment display. It does have CarPlay and Android audio, but we don't have a device plugged in at the moment. You can see in the photos where we do have a device plugged in, you can see the beautiful big CarPlay screen, and it's such a good system to use. I absolutely adore it. In the F-Type, Jaguar's way is by having the phone wired in, so you need to plug it in. We can supply you with a wireless Bluetooth dongle, or rather Wi-Fi dongle, which eliminates the need to connect the phone to the car using that cable. So you simply get into the car and CarPlay works straight away. In the Jaguar infotainment system, though, we start over here with the navigation page. No one signed into the car at present, so we see the sign into your account, welcome, but we can go straight into navigation and see this beautiful big display. Very crisp, very clear. The navigation is easy to program with your destination, and the instructions and so forth are easy to follow too. Back to the home screen and media options. Well, we've got DAB radio at the moment. The other radio sources are AM and FM, of course. And then back to this page. If we had a phone connected, we'd have Bluetooth audio or CarPlay as another alternative audio source there, of course. Back to the home screen, and Bluetooth telephony, needless to say, really good, crisp and clear, and with a button on the steering wheel that makes ending and starting calls very easy indeed. If we swipe to the right, we can see the My Home 1 page, and this is the page which you populate with your chosen shortcuts. So things like your favourite radio station, set the satellite navigation to take me home, and so forth can all go here as your shortcuts. Swiping the other way, and we come to the extra features page. So Android, Apple CarPlay, we can reach the climate page, camera, reversing camera and so on, and very importantly dynamic eye. So pressing that takes us to the My Dynamic setup, and you can either have factory setup or your own setup of engine, gear shift, suspension and steering, like so. Also from this page we access the stopwatch with lap timer, the G meter and the pedal position indicator with its graph. Useful if you do a track day. Your instructor, if you have one, might use that as a debriefing tool to help you make the most of your car through the bends and the chicanes and so forth. Back once again to the home screen there, and we'll come across to the steering wheel. Left-hand thumb cluster here with the Bluetooth telephony button, of course, infotainment controls, and over on the left stalk we have the automatic headlamps. On the right-hand thumb cluster, the cruise control and automatic speed limiter, and the button for the heated steering wheel. And having a heated steering wheel in cold weather is such a joyous thing. Warms your hands up very effectively, and it makes driving, within a minute or two of being in the car, your hands are starting to warm up on a cold day, and it really is wonderful. Coming to the right-hand stalk, and we've got the rain-sensitive wipers, and then over there, just by my right knee, you can see the controls for the boot release, the lane keep assist, rear fog light, and the instrument dimmer. And then coming back to this big display in front of the driver, the menu here on the left thumb cluster enables you, for example, to change the layout from the twin dials we've got at the moment to a single dial layout, like so. You can configure the left and right information panels to suit your own particular tastes. And the other alternative layout, which I'll show you here, is the full map layout. There you are. It's highly effective, particularly if you're driving in a city and you've got the sat-nav programmed with a route, you can immediately glance down and see your speed in the bottom, see the speed limit, which the car has displayed for us there as well at the top, and a very clear map without taking your attention down to that centre display. It's a great way if you're... I was driving in London with one of these the other day, right in central London, and it was so easy just to glance down to the navigation display and see exactly where I was. Looking around the cockpit, to conclude, everything in fabulous condition. You know, this car has been so diligently cared for. No marks, no scratches, no blemishes, no damage anywhere, no wear even. I mean, the steering wheel feels, I dare say, as it did when it left the factory. It is in fabulously good order. Okay, we'll switch off the engine and take a look next in the boot. When Jaguar designed the F-Type, they knew it had to be a practical car, and that is the reason that they gave the coupe such a capacious boot. We can unlock the tailgate with the remote fob like so, and then lift the tailgate up, and you see over 300 litres of space for your luggage. Or your sporting gear, you can fit a set of golf clubs, 2 sets if they're quite limited in the number of clubs that you've got in each bag, and they fit in diagonally like so and then swing round, making use of the fact that the F-Type boot extends right behind each wheel arch into the corners there. Also a handy stowage under the boot floor here. If you're going European touring, that's a great place to keep all of your safety bits and pieces, which the European authorities like. You can see it's an unusual shape, so soft-sided bags are the order of the day. There are a couple of companies who make excellent bespoke luggage sets as well for F-Type coupes and convertibles. You can even have them monogrammed if you want, and in a variety of finishes. If you're going touring, that's a great solution because those luggage sets make the best use of the space and also look stunningly good when you're getting out of the car at your destination. Again, you can see in this boot everything in fabulous order. No stains, no marks, no blemishes. I can tell you there are no odours in here either. It's clearly been carefully looked after. Okay, we'll close the tailgate and take a look next at the passenger side of the car. And we have 2-stage unlocking enabled, so I need to use the keyless entry again there. And we can see that the passenger side door card is in fabulous order, completely unmarked. I would say absolutely as it left the factory. Again, the tread plate there, stunningly good, no scratches, and likewise the dashboard, center console, and this beautiful performance seat, all in truly perfect order. Our next stop is going to be there, under the bonnet. And under that large bonnet, we find the engine cover, in fact, under which is the supercharger, under which is that 5-litre V8, producing 450 PS, just less than 450 horsepower, and driving through the fabulous ZF gearbox, one of the best gearboxes in the automotive industry, renowned for its speedy performance and reliability, and that combination of engine and gearbox takes this F-Type from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds and onto a top speed of 177 miles per hour. And I should point out, of course, this is the all-wheel drive P450. So the power is fundamentally fed to the rear axle until and unless the car senses that some power needs to go to the front axle to maintain agility and acceleration and grip and so forth. And in that case, power is sent electronically and with instantaneous reactions pretty well to the front end of the car, making cornering and manoeuvring absolutely effortless and very, very dynamic indeed if you wish to push the car. And of course, that's hugely helpful in wet and icy and snowy conditions too. You can see under the bonnet here, everything is in very fine order. No marks, blemishes, no signs of anything amiss to remark upon. Very good main dealer history. Of course, it's a very low mileage and young car, and it has had 2 main dealer services in its life, which is correct. And all of our inspections passed without a hitch. It drives just brilliantly. I've driven this car myself a considerable distance, and it is in fine order indeed, and waiting, I dare say, to delight its next keeper. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a great pleasure to show you this beautiful F-Type. We're sports and touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us if you've got any questions about the car, or if you'd like to arrange to see it either in person or by video viewing. If you've got a car to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you would like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things that our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you again. Feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we will look forward to hearing from you very soon. Contact details are coming next.